Okay, let's try another material for the wall. How about concrete? So here's a reference image of something I want to try to create. Maybe not exactly like this one, but something similar. So I'm gonna search for some concrete textures here. Okay. Something not too dirty, but not too clean either. Let's try concrete wall. Okay, I'm gonna try this one here. Download the largest size, open in Photoshop. Okay, copy and increase the canvas size. We're just gonna tile it horizontally. Paste and move to the sides like this. And with the clone stamp tool, I'm gonna close up some edges or some seams in some areas I don't like. Okay, let's crop it. Maybe with a harder brush. Let's make these patches a bit different. Right. So that's a pretty decent base. Let's make it tileable horizontally. Okay, I'm gonna merge down, Control All, copy, paste, and use the offset filter now. Okay, go in and clone these areas. Just getting rid of the seams. Alright. So that's very nice. Maybe let's add some dirt to the upper part of this texture. You can do it later in 3D Max by using some mix maps or V-Ray dirt. Or I saw some nice textures here which you can use. Okay, so here they are. And let's try this one and this one here. Download the huge size. And same for this one here. Okay, sorry. Open with Photoshop. Copy and paste over this one. Alright, so it's a bit large. I'm gonna make it smaller. And just randomly put over my texture. Okay, like that. Let's add the second one. Copy, paste here, and position where you want it. Maybe one smaller. Scale it like this and move around. Alright. So that's fine. Okay. Maybe let's add some more dirt. I'm gonna open this texture here. Huge. Copy, go here and paste. I'm gonna make a few copies. Scale a bit smaller. Okay, like that. And try some different blending modes. Okay, I like this one. Right. And I think our basic diffuse map is ready. We're gonna save it. Actually, first let's resize it a bit. I think it's a bit too large. Like this. And let's save it as concrete. Alright, and let's create a displacement map now. Actually, there's no need for displacement on this one. We can use a simple bump map. So I fixed a little mistake I made earlier, and now I need to resave it. I had a seam here that was not closed up. Okay, and let's make the bump map. Duplicate the layer, desaturate. And let's invert it like this. Okay, duplicate again. Okay, sorry. Select all, copy, undo, undo, and paste. I want these darker patches to be lighter, and these lower parts to be darker. So I'm gonna use a mask here for the top layer, and I'm gonna use the gradient tool. Okay, set it to linear. And do something like this. And merge down, copy. Let's desaturate the lower layer. And try a few blending modes here. Okay, like that, perfect. And I'm gonna save this as concrete bump. We can also use it as the reflect map. Okay, so while it's saving, let's create a new area material here. And set up the diffuse map as a bitmap. Okay, so here it is. Turn on the preview and drag and drop on the wall. So I need to fix the tiling. It's a bit tricky here. Alright, like that. And copy the map to the reflect slot. I'm going to change it to this one. Where it is. Oh, it's still saving, so... Okay, I'm going to reduce the blur for the diffuse map to 0.5. That should be enough. Right, so it looks like it's saved. And set up the reflect map as well. And reduce the blur for the reflections as well. Okay. For concrete, I would use something like 0.5 and set the Fresnel to 4. Okay. Now copy the reflect map to the bump slot. And let's reduce the bump value to 10. Okay. Let's render. And the diffuse texture is doing most of the work, so the material doesn't need to be too complicated, and it looks pretty good. So the better you prepare the diffuse texture here, the better your material looks. You can see a bit of tiling here, but that's not too important. And it renders pretty fast. Okay, so that's how you create a simple concrete material.